Okay, so this is what I have. So this right here, the specific uh, test video or show log, patch notes, whatever you want to call this, or update. I'll just call it a fucking update. Pretty much this is Model 2 of my rendering system, specifically version 5. And there was a few things to this. So obviously, if I press num key 1, this pops up. And when it gets into position, a scrolling frame pops out to the side. So when it pops out to the side right there, this right here will give some options to what you want to render in specifically. So this one's going to be city, so that's going to refer to like the buildings, the roads, the streets, the gates, like the Iron Gate and stuff. This is for King's Landing, obviously. So pretty much this, I'm probably going to rename this to city. And then when you click on this, another scrolling frame will pop up probably right here. And pretty much it'll give options of what you want to render in. So there will be an option that'll say like whole, meaning the whole city or everything. So you can render in everything. And then there's going to be obviously specific options later on right there to where it'll say just render in like the buildings or just render in the streets. Pretty much just to let people control everything that's coming into the game. I don't really think there's anything else. Originally I had an idea to where instead of just having one of these pop up, I was thinking of having this entire thing pop up. But instead I made a different idea now, and I'm gonna keep this. That looks horrible. That's so fucking horrible. I'm gonna keep it like this pretty much, and then they can make it to where they can open up other, or they can activate other modes. So if they press num key 2, then inventory mode will also activate, and it'll pretty much be the same thing for the rest of the modes. So but honestly, I'm still unsure about whether or not I'm going to do this or not, only because the whole point that I made these modes was not to have it into GUI form. The whole point was really originally to make it to where to control the amount of keybinds that I'm going to be having, because originally I was using R key to render in or to bring up the GUI, etc. So I'm still unsure on how exactly I'm going to do this. I don't know exactly what I want specifically or how I want to do it, but I know the original idea was to make it to where you can switch between, or you can go into certain modes to have certain things done. So making it to where if you can have two modes active at once sort of destroys the purpose of making it to where you have specific num keys, so you have one mode at a time, but you can use multiple keybinds for different things. So honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to make it to where just specific ones pop up. Honestly, I feel like this is a bad idea for what I want, but pretty much this is what I got right here at the moment, until I decide exactly what I want. I think, or when I say what I want functionality wise, because I like the way I've done this, honestly, but I don't think it's a good idea. Like, honestly, I just generally think it's a bad idea to do it this way. I mean, I suppose I could I've just worked on the specific version for so long because I'm having so many change of ideas. Like Matthew, if you're watching this, I'm having my issue. The reason why I've been stuck on version 5 is not a functionality issue or my ability to script it or develop it or just make an art. Like that's not the issue. The issue for me is pretty much I keep changing what functionality or what ideas I want. It's just difficult to come up with a good GUI idea as well as add that functionality. Like I like the way I did this GUI art. I personally like it and I like the style, but I'm trying to think of a way right now to implement my functionality that I want with this new GUI idea I did. Because the whole point of this version was to make it so that pretty much I have a reset function and pretty much what that means is pretty much I wanted to make it to where if somebody renders something in and they don't like the way they render it in, well, they can completely reset the graphics and then they get an entire new UI. It's just a functionality thing. This is specifically just a functionality thing. It's not really something that the players will be able to mess with or to use. They're going to be able to use a reset button, but everything else of how it works doesn't. Players won't even know what the fuck's going on. They won't even know it's there. But for me, I know it's there because it's a functionality issue, and it's less of an issue. It's just more of it's just the way I scripted it because of all the functionality I want and everything that I want to do. So like I have to go through a bunch of long scripting issues. Like I've got like thousands of lines of code just on one of the on the local script, not even on the server script. On the server script, I have less than 1,000. But the reason why I have so many lines or why I have so many issues with functionality is because everything I want to do, it takes a long route and there's a lot I have to script or program into it. But pretty much what I was saying is that there's a lot of functionality things that I want and I can't add them in until I find a specific way to implement them, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to do it. So I'm still working on building an idea of what the fuck I'm supposed to do and how to implement these systems or these modes with the functionality I want. I suppose I can change it's like changing the position would be a serious issue and take me so far away from my original goal. Like it would take me so fucking long to finish version 5. Like I've already switched which path I want to go so many times right now, and honestly, it shouldn't have taken me this long to get to this point, but I keep switching up how I want to do this because of the fucking path I want to go down. So like right now, so my issue is that I could just move. Let's just say I could move the GUI down here somewhere, and pretty much how people would know that they're in a mode is pretty much they'll see the render mode GUI down here, and then I suppose I could make it to where or down here, and I can make it to where the scrolling frame still comes out. The scrolling frame still comes out. Um, for some of it, but I don't know. I might just make these scroller frames say keybinds, and like having it right in the center of the screen is kind of an issue, honestly. Like if you're in mid combat and you're trying to switch between modes, I think this is going to be an issue. You see, I just keep fucking switching up what ideas I have and how I want to do it. You see, now I like that idea. You know, there's so much to think about, and then when I start thinking about it more issues arise. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to think about that. So now I'm stuck in this issue of this is going to take me a long ass time to make because I keep fucking switching up, because I'll spend 5 hours programming one path, right? And then like, you know what? I don't like this. So I stop and I'm like, I'm going to take a break, and then I come back and then I'll spend another 5 hours re-scripting everything I just did you know, which is pretty much what I've done. That's pretty much exactly what I've done here. Hold on. I put all these as comments. So these codes are not running. Okay, these codes are not running. All right, and I've turned most of this, excluding that, most of this into comments. So this code is not running. So I pretty much have re-scripted everything because I have, like, this is the original system. This is version 4 or 1 to 4. Well, this is version 5, and if you look inside, everything's different. So I've made it different. It's pretty much a completely different model, but I'm still calling it Model 2. I just renamed the model. It's pretty much just the same thing. It's literally the same thing. It's just it's at the same time, it's not the same thing. I've rescripted things. I moved things around, and so my issue is Matthew is pretty much is pretty much I'm gonna change it again, I think, because honestly, I don't like the way it is. I don't think I like the path I was going down. I think I took a wrong turn in this development. Like, it should not be in the middle of the screen. I think originally I did it in the middle of the screen because it was just easier to, I would say, predict the outcome and just do, like, math-wise. It was just a lot easier for me to break down and simplify. So I just kept everything in the middle. But now that I think about it, if I wasn't in pain, like my head wasn't fucking hurting, I would have thought all about this stuff, but my pain is pretty high right now. Or average, I would say. Just need to get some more shots of me, but I think I'm going to actually move this down here, have the same scrolling frame, but instead of having the scrolling frame come out down to the bottom, I'm going to have it come out through the top, and then I'm just going to reposition these. So instead of it being positioned like that, here, I'll show you. It should be a lot easier for me to show you in Photoshop. But pretty much I'm going to make it to where instead of having them positioned like this, I'm going to, let's see, keep render mode there. So let's do, well, actually, I'll go ahead and move render mode. Just go ahead and move it. So I'm probably going to have this at the left side of the screen. So it's going to be down here. And then, okay, I don't care about that. Now to the inventory mode. Have this pop up like right here. So I could have like the scrolling frame pop up right here. Well, actually, I don't know yet. I might have it like right here. Huh. Trial and error, boys. Trial and error. Maybe here. Alright, yeah. I think I'm liking this. What is this? Inspect mode. Come here, baby. No, I have to redo that. No, I don't like that. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to change the orientation on this. That's annoying. I really hate changing positions. Well, I suppose this could work. I actually need to... The fuck? I did not mean to do that. Here we go. Oh god, that is not... God dang it. This is why I hate changing positions. I can't... Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. No, that's not right. I did that so wrong. Okay. Okay. Is there a way? Okay, it is not flat. You cannot tell me it's flat. That is not flat. I know for a fact that is not flat. Look at that. It's tilted. It's killing my OCD. God damn it. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let me just. Son of a bitch. Alright. I know what I need to do. I shouldn't have done that. And I regret it. Nope. Shit. That is very dissatisfying. Oh, my head. Where are you at? I don't remember where you're at. Fuck. I don't feel like going through the keybinds. Okay, I'll just do this because I'm lazy. Instead of inspect mode, go back to character because I gotta re-grab these. Just put them right back there. That's messing with my OCD. God damn it! All right. Inspect mode. You can stay there because I'm not moving you again. You're a pain in my ass. Do that. Move this over here. Move you over here. I think I'm just going to copy the other shape if I can't get this perfectly aligned. Or just perfectly aligned that I can't notice it. That'll have to do. Alright, just put you here. So I think I'm going to do something like this. See, this looks good to me. No, that's not what I want to do. See, this looks good to me. If I put this down there at the bottom and have a scrolling frame come out there maybe. To make it to where if you press num key, only this one will pop up. If I press num key 1, only this one will pop up. And then you can select what you want there. And if you select, or if you press num key 2, then this goes away and this pops up. Although there might be a better way to do this. I just don't know what to do. I think I've been recording too long. Yeah, that was way too long. But yeah, pretty much this is probably a design I'm going to go with. I don't know yet though. I don't know. Okay, I'll just end it.